so you can do your official
Okay.
MC duties.
I'm just gonna reach behind you and grab this. Right, everybody. Here we are. Welcome to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. Before we get started tonight, I have kind of some sad news. Our hearts are heavy over here. We lost longtime volunteer John Levy this past Tuesday. So we're very sad. He was such a wonderful addition to our Two-Way Street family, and we have missed his presence here. And so we really are going to miss him. He loved it here, and we loved having him here. So I have all the information of his services if you want to come and see me in the back. And we also have a card. So if anybody would like to sign the card, I'll be sure that it gets to his wife and family. So that being said, welcome to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. Yes, we've been having live music in this room every Friday night for 53 years. So thank you for being part of that wonderful tradition that is music in this room. It's a really special place. So we're glad you're here. This is a listening room, so if you could please turn off your cell phones, we would appreciate that, just because it's distracting when they go off in the middle. So we love to listen to our performers when they're singing, so we very much appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, and tonight we have Jamie Anderson. So she's been with us before a while back, and so we're thrilled to welcome her back to the Two-Way Street stage.
I've actually been playing here since the early 90s. How about that? Not for 50 years, though. I'm not old enough. Well, I am, but I would have been, 4. And it is such a pleasure to play a listening room, let me tell you. And I guess I just did tell you. I like how the steering wheel is firm under my hand. I like how the headlights cut across the shadowland. I like how your voice is low and breathless in my ear. I like that it's cold outside, but warm in here. Surrounded by this highway, we're at the speed of light. Baby, let's drive all night. I like how your features soften in the dashboard glow. I like how your body settles underneath your clothes. I like how the rhythm of the wheels against the road quickens with my heart. I don't want to drive slow. Surrounded by this highway, we're at the speed of light. Baby, let's drive all night. Your hand on my shoulder and slides up through my hair. We are rushing forward. I'll take you anywhere. Surrounded by this highway, we're at the speed of light. Baby, let's drive all night. Surrounded by this highway, we're at the speed of light. Baby, let's drive all night. Drive all night. exactly drive all night, but we drove all day because we live in Ottawa, Canada.
Oh my gosh.
But we arrived yesterday so I could nap today because I'm old. And staying with my friend Sue, who actually lives in Downers Grove. How's that? We had a big 5-minute drive today. It almost killed us. How did we do it, honey?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oops. Finger picks are sliding. Hey, how you doing? She says, with a quick embrace. I step back and look into an almost familiar face. Laughing, she says, I've lost almost 50 pounds. I can wear most any clothes now, I'm not so big around. Her smile is hopeful, but I can't think of more than I thought she was beautiful before. The surgery was worth it, she said, then slowly frowned. I was scared there were complications, but I'm 5 dress sizes down. Gone are her lovely curves and the shine in her eyes. She wants me to be happy, but I just want to cry, 'cause I thought she was beautiful before. You might think I'm bitter, but I'm healthy, I feel great. I wish the same for her. It's not about the weight. Oh, my dear friend, I hope she's really fine. I told her that she's beautiful at any size. What she did was dangerous. Was it worth the try? The truth is I love her. I'm just glad that she's alive, 'cause I think she is beautiful. She is so beautiful, and we all are beautiful in my eyes. That's a true story. I was on tour and stayed with a friend of mine, and she told me that she'd had gastric bypass surgery, and it kind of surprised me because I didn't know that she had any health concerns, and she wasn't that big, but I thought, okay, well, it's her body, and I didn't really think past it. And the next night I stayed with another friend, and I said, yeah, a friend of mine just told me that she had bypass surgery, and I thought she was beautiful before. And the woman said, that sounds like a song. So I wrote it down, and I wrote that. And I hear the most wonderful stories because of that song. most often from people who've had the surgery, and usually it's, it saved my life, and that song meant a lot to me, but it brought some sorrowful stories too, like my cousin had that, and she died after the surgery. Oh my gosh, well, it's hard to know what to say, to something like that. I have a fan in Arizona who always sits up front during that song, and she always requests it, and she always sobs through the entire thing. And I said, it is okay to do the song. She goes, oh yeah, it just means so much to me. I cried through it. I'm like, okay. Were you at the yard sale or garage sale? Yeah? Did you buy some cool stuff?
I think they were working there.
Ah.
Everybody with a bag,
Yeah. I used to love garage sales, but we downsized not too long ago, a few years ago, and I just don't want anything else in the house. I'm like, I'm done. But boy, did I get some bargains. I think my favorite one was a cat tree made out of 2x4s. Like, this thing was hefty, and it was in really great shape, and it was huge. $10. Lasted me for 20 years. I'm like, yeah, score. I know those of you without cats are like, whatever. It was raining in Seattle, but we never felt a drop. Only 10, we puckered up. I thought my heart would stop. She tasted just like caramel, her hand warm upon my knee today. That Carla Williams kissed me. It was sunny there in Phoenix, but I never felt the burn. Only 18 in that crummy bar, but I had nothing to learn. She laughed and crooked her finger. She said, baby, shake my tree. But it was never good at the time. Carla Williams kissed me. Oh, she kissed me. I've kissed 1,000 girls. I remember everyone. Some tasted like candy. Some made me wanna run. It's cold in Canada, but I don't feel the ice. At 66, I can't believe that lightning has struck twice. She has a sexy grin. Oh, what she does to me, it's even better than the time. Oh, it's even better than the time. Oh, it's even better than the time. Carla Williams kissed me. Kissed me. Thanks. That's mostly a true story, except her name was not Carla Williams. It was Lila Jakewith, but that's too hard to sing. And the reason I chose Carla Williams is because of a story a friend of mine told me. His name is Jamie. He's also a singer-songwriter. He calls himself the other white meat. He's a funny guy. And he was kind of a geek in middle school and high school, pocket protectors and everything. And so he was really shy. And the most popular girl in school was Carla Williams. And he had a little crush on her. And he was extremely excited when she went over to talk to him and asked him about helping her with her math homework. And he thought, oh, she's got a crush on me too. And then as it turns out, she just wanted help with her math homework. And when he told me that story, I'm like, I'm gonna put her in my song and make her a lesbian. I hope that pisses her off. Frankly, I think it's a compliment, but it's like, and of course I'll never meet her, but. And he thinks it's a hysterical story. He always requests a song when he's in my audiences. So I'm a songwriter, and I often don't do songs written by other people, but every songwriter has that song that they wish they'd written, and this is the one that I wished I'd written. This was written by George Worsback and Karen Taylor Good, and I liked it so much I put it on one of my albums. I used to walk through this world, cautious and oh so serious, till the life I was living was merely a near-death experience. I changed my story till I finally saw where I was and where it was at. And now I'm alive, I let destiny drive while I'm stretching out in the back. And if I lose my job, sleep till noon if the news is bad. Watch cartoons, and if my house burns down, I'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. In the vastness of space, the ever-expanding universe, we are all puny specks of galactic dust here on Mother Earth. Well, I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach out, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. And if you lose your job, sleep till noon if the news is bad. Watch cartoons, and if your house burns down, you'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. Well, I ain't no preacher, don't know if I'll reach out, but here is some humble advice. Use your uncommon sense and you surely will live an uncommonly sensible life. And if you lose your job, sleep till noon if the news is bad. Watch cartoons, and if your house burns down, you'll have lots more room and a much better view of the moon. A much better view of the moon. A much better view of the moon. Thank you. I love the advice in that, you know? If you're depressed, watch cartoons. That fixes everything. So this song is not my story, but I'm sure it's somebody's. 20 years together, things were going great. 3 kids, a dog, vacations at the lake. But we started fighting almost every night. It seemed that nothing I did was right. He spent a lot of time at the bar down the way with a waitress named Doris, half his age. He said he didn't love her, but I found the note. I'm moving on, he wrote. Sell the boat. That 20-foot Bayliner is worth 30 grand. Doris is pregnant, he said it wasn't planned. I'll give him what he's owed, I'll sell the boat. I cried my heart out, I didn't understand. Still I placed the ad, and my inbox was slammed. First guy who came, is this a joke, he said. Does it leak, is the motor dead? Well, nothing is wrong, I said with a sigh. He looked it over, then he took it for a ride. We bought it last year, it's almost new. The buyer to my cheating ex. I hope that he enjoys that $5 check. I paid him what was owed. I sold the boat. I hope Doris has triplets. I'm going to switch instruments, Tim. I got the idea for that from a story I heard years ago. I don't know if it's a true story. It might just be a joke somebody made up. And it was a sports car. It wasn't a boat. But I wanted to do a country song, and I thought a country song, it should be a boat. And I know nothing about fishing boats. I had to do a little research for that one. And somebody told me that $30,000 is actually pretty cheap for a 20-foot bayliner, but you know, whatever. See, if I hadn't admitted it, you probably wouldn't have known that, right? Thought I'd play something on the shrunken guitar. I know some of you know it's an ukulele. Very good. There is no time for regret. Memory outlines my weariness. A book of poetry, I found a red rose pressed. The one you offered me the night I wore that lacy dress. Between the lines, between the words, no matter how they blur. Between the tears, between the lies, no matter how I cry. I don't know why, I don't know why. The truth appears between the lines. Where is the love? Where is the trust? When that flower turns to dust, empty words reveal what they must, telling the story of us. Between the lines, between the words, no matter how they blur. Between the tears, between the lies, no matter how I cry. I don't know why, I don't know why. The truth appears between the lines. What have I learned? It's hard to know. Jumble of words, a scented rose. It could be hiding in this prose. Sometimes nobody knows. Between the lines, between the words, no matter how they blur. Between the tears, between the lies, no matter how I cry. I don't know why, I don't know why. The truth appears Well, it is my duty as a folk singer to do a sing-along, so this is it. But don't worry, I'm not asking you to sing on a song that changes key 4 times and has 80 verses. Don't you hate it when musicians do that? It's like, really? Okay, so I wrote a song that it's so easy I can teach you as we do it. She cares about the earth. Pollution is such a bummer. And she's so spiritual. Got a pagan sticker on her Hummer. She talks, and all I hear is blah 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 blah. Already you're doing it, yay! That's your part, the chorus, and it comes around a couple of times. He talks about food and family, TV, and how much he earns. If we were outside, his tongue would sunburn. He talks, and all I hear is blah 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 blah. It's what your dog hears when he's eating the cat food. It's the adults in a Peanuts cartoon. It's everything that you hear on Fox News. And this is for them. Next time you yammer at me, you go on ahead. I've gone to my happy place. All I hear in my head is everybody now. Blah 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 blah. Big finish. Blah 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 blah. That was very good.
Yeah, repeat the Fox chorus again.
You know, there's a great number of politicians I could put instead of Fox News, but we hear enough about that in everyday life, so let's just avoid it tonight. A fierce fighter jet flies through a crayon sky over a brightly colored countryside. In a childish hand, on the other side it said, Gary Anderson, age 9. He was the boy. He was the boy. He was the boy who wanted to fly. Only 17, he decided to enlist. His parents signed permission and gave a goodbye kiss. And the Air Force didn't see him exactly eye to eye. They put him behind a desk, still he dreamed of the sky. He was the boy. He was the boy. He was the boy who wanted to fly. He played the ukulele for his buddies there on base. He met my mom and fell in love with a guitar in his hands. He could fly that way. He was the boy. He was the boy. He was the boy who wanted to fly. 4 months ago, I got the call. He'd been sick a while. I wasn't surprised at all. And even as the tears form and I begin to cry, I like to think he's up there in a bright blue crayon sky. He was the boy. He was the boy. He was the boy who wanted to fly. So that's a true story. I was going through my dad's things after he passed, and underneath a stack of a whole bunch of books and stuff, I found this crayon picture of a fighter jet, and on the back it said Gary Anderson, age 9. So he had kept that all those years. It meant a lot to him. So I wrote that song on the ukulele since that was his first instrument. And when I recorded it on his ukulele, which was really old and really hard to tune. The bass player had to retune his bass in order to play with me. But it just felt really special to do on his instrument. This isn't his, by the way. His is a pre-war Martin, and it's a little too valuable to drag around on tour. I'm going to change instruments again, Tim. He was still alive when he gave me the ukulele, and I had to take it in to get it repaired, and while I got it repaired, I had it appraised, and I told Dad how much it was worth, and he said, I want it back. Dad, you gave it to me. And he did become a salesman. He was an insurance salesman. I mean, he could sell ice cream in a snowstorm. He was amazing. But he wasn't a very good insurance agent. You know, if you had an accident, you could never reach him. You'd be like, Dad? I mean, I had a policy with him and bought a policy with somebody else. I'm like, sorry, Dad, I love you, but... Okay, that's enough. Anyway, here we go. This song tells you all you need to know about me, which is kind of scary. I don't recycle. Today I didn't floss. Do what I want 'cause I'm the boss. I drive a Pinto with flames on the side. I go 56 when the limit's 55. I rip the label off my mattress 'cause I'm a badass. I wear white before Memorial Day. Went to the store and I stole a grape. I put ketchup on my pot roast and mayonnaise on escargot. All my music's on 8-track 'cause I'm a badass. I'm a badass, I've got Windows 95. I'm a badass, I have a landline. I'm a badass, I never say please. I'm a badass, I clap on 1 and 3. Pocket protectors are pretty swell. I still use AOL. I didn't wash my car last year. I I only drink American beer. Scrabble is my sport, that's a fact. 'Cause I'm a badass. I love my Beanie Baby collection. I never renew virus protection. I love stale fig Newtons. All my meals have extra gluten. The Captain and the Captain and Tennille are my favorite band. Muskrat, muskrat, candlelight, 'cause I'm a badass. One of my damn weird songs. How are we doing on time? Oh, I got a few more minutes, all right. So this one I wrote after a friend told me a story, and it's a true story. I'll tell you the story after I do the song. And you may recognize part of the guitar part, and that's because I stole it. But there was a good reason for it, I promise. Whoops. Oh, that's all right. Mi corazón, are you sure you wanna go? Mi abuelo, yes I do. Then take this old guitar, you'll never go hungry. She will always sing with you. Passed down for generations, it had come so far, though many had played it. She was Linda's guitar. Her notes like honey poured over every song. Soon everybody knew her name. In California, the Martin disappeared. Even without it, she gained fame. Passed down for generations, it had come so far, though many had played it. She was Linda's guitar. Found after 20 years it had a few more cracks. Still the chords rang out, and she had her baby back. Now in her 70s, Linda can't sing. When you strum that Martin, you'll hear joy in the strings' vibration. If you listen closely, you can hear Linda's voice. There you go, baby, here am I. So that's about Linda Ronstadt, who quit singing. Her Parkinson's prevents her from hitting the notes the way that she wants to. Although I saw a video of her recently, and she sounded pretty good still. She was singing with family, so maybe she's just very particular, I don't know. But I lived in Tucson for several years and have a lot of friends there, and a friend of mine went into a luthier to get her guitar fixed, and she was talking to the luthier, and she heard the door behind her open, and the luthier said, "Is it okay that I wait on her first?" And my friend said, "No, that's all right." And she turns, and it's Linda Ronstadt holding holding a guitar, and she forgot how to talk for a little while. My friend did, and she found the story of the guitar is just how I revealed it in the song. It's an old Martin that had been passed down in her family for generations. And it did disappear, and suddenly, and it finally came back to her, but it needed repair when she got it back. So she got it fixed, and now one of her nephews plays it. And I go to Tucson, we go to Tucson every year, we're snowbirds, and the place is just rife with Ronstadts. I tell you, they're just, they're everywhere there. Her father was, or no, her brother was the chief of police for a while. Yeah. So I think maybe I'll do one more song and take a break. That sounds about right. I brought merchandise with me. I don't have all my albums in print anymore, but I do have a flash drive that has all 12 of my albums on it. And it's a lot cheaper than buying the individual CDs anyway. So if you want information about that, ask me. And my latest album is called Songs from Home, and that's because I recorded it during the pandemic and I had to be at home. And that has some of the songs that I'm doing tonight. I'm also an author, and I have 3 of my books here. 2 of them are memoirs. One of them is Drive All Night, and the other one is Drive All Day because I'm too old to drive all night. And I talk about, you know, my students and some of the fun gigs I've had and some of the weird experiences I've had. And as a touring musician, you can bet there's some stories. And then the other book is about women's music of the 70s and 80s that came out a few years ago. So this song, so how many of you are public radio nerds? Few of you? Yeah. I definitely am. I was a DJ at a community radio station for a few years, and I also listened to NPR a lot. And NPR has this thing called Tiny Desk Concert. And I would love to be on that, but you know, so far they haven't chosen me. I know, what the heck. But they have a contest every year, and so you can audition. And they, you know, I've auditioned probably 4 times, and they still haven't chosen me. So I wrote them a song. I'm sure they're regretting it now. I'm not as hip as Billie Eilish. There are no Grammys in my future for me, but I've sold 20,000 albums. I write pretty good songs. Please hear my plea. I swear that I don't suck. Please change my luck. Make me a star in PR. Barrel of laughs, a whole bunch of talent, said CBC. Doesn't matter 'cause they're Canadian, it came with an apology. My mother says that I don't suck, so what the heck? Make me a star in PR. I've got songs about cats and family, about love and being able to wed. Some are poetic, some kind of stupid. I can play Ode to Joy behind my head. Tell me what I have to do to get airplay from you. People tell me I don't suck, so who do I have to persuade? Make me a star in PR. Make me a star. I've got 77,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's pretty good, right? Make me a star. I was on Wait, Don't Tell Me one time, and I lost. So you owe me. Make me a star.
Right, let's hear it for Jamie Anderson, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful. We're going to take about a 10 or 15 minute break. As Jamie mentioned, she brought things. So please make sure that you peruse all the wonderful books and musical offerings, and you can refill your snacks. And don't forget, we have a card for John, so Christine.
Put it right up here. and
Yeah,
People can
if you
just
wanna
kind of.
sign it, there it is, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. The bathrooms are down the hall and to the left. See you soon.
Oh, yeah, but I'm gonna.
I thought Canadians flee to Florida.
What's that?
I thought Canadians flee to Florida.
You know, a lot of them do, especially, you know, I'm from that end of the country, but I'm originally from there. So
Oh,
if I'm gonna winter anywhere, that's where I want to go.
oh. You took a wrong turn to get to Canada.
I keep moving north. I'm not moving any farther north. Winter and I are not friends.
It's hard to cover somebody else's song that's the real.
Yeah, that's true.
No, right now we're renting a house and kind of share it with our landlady. Okay. But we are looking for a place to buy.
I just wondered because, I visited a friend of mine who was in this enormous, I don't know how much, what do you call it, manufactured homes.
We call them RV resorts.
That's it. And it was huge, but it had all these really nice amenities, and I just was curious,
Yeah, we've considered places like that, but I'm not a big fan of mobile homes, so we're probably going to do condos.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some really nice places. They've got a lot of stuff. More lights and dances and performances.
You went out to Mexico?
No, I visited Mexico a whole lot. I grew up in Arizona, and my family went to Mexico a lot, and I'm kind of done with it.
Right, very nice. We're enjoying your song.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Like said, my boyfriend here likes stories, it's not just a story, and we decided that a story that's fictional is so much better than something that you grab out of nowhere. Make them hard, we want tokens, we have all sorts of fun as well as, oh, and I didn't read any of that.
It's a pretty card, though.
Oh, send her some extra.
I'm a big weirdo. It's warm outside and I'm hot too.
No, people have
beach in Florida and her
Oh.
partner.
Okay, very cool. All right.
She wanted pictures. I forgot my phone today.
Oh, no.
You work at,
You gonna drink my tea, honey?
yeah. Don't get drunk.
Yeah.
And then you're retiring? Congratulations. Now I have to find out.
How old are you at your retirement?
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to have a.
Good for you.
Yeah, no, there's a huge retirement RV resort not too far
So
from
this has
here.
been here since
No,
nineteen
but I
seventy.
mean, like,
A lot of it is because
I started here then.
oh, did it?
I was in the high school, and we used to come here all the time.
Huh.
When I was going to the clubs,
all of the legal stuff over the border.
Old Town.
Oh, yeah, I bought Old Town and
So
New
I
Town.
don't hear too much.
Yeah.
It was back in the sixties, it was hooking folk music.
Yeah, it was really big back then. I grew up in down there. Decades ago. Now I live further west where it's cheaper.
That was the whole part.
I could take the
I
bus
even thought of
downtown.
getting gigs there because they hired
Wow.
people and they do cover tunes.
I used to study viola downtown. I would drive
Yes.
down.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in the, you know, how are you?
The corruption in this country is everywhere.
Good job.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to.
It's everywhere.
I
I do. I have,
still teach.
I'm gonna travel. That's what I'm gonna do.
Mostly come out.
and you know, there's a car over there if you want to sign it.
Well,
I've been trying to.
I'm gonna travel on a company.
I keep giving
That particular
special
one
needs.
was worse.
Oh, yeah, but are you just for
Oh, I love that.
I teach at Foxford Academy of Music and
I
Arts.
feel like
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm teaching
Well,
three
towards
and
the
a half
company
years.
is working before our.
You wanna get.
oh, so you're gonna be working.
25 years younger.
Yeah, but he was
And he and his wife had kids late, so his kids are 13, 11, they're all works.
And,
Yeah.
but then it was hard.
Yeah.
The little one's on the spectrum too, up to autistic people.
You get to know them that well.
I used to.
They've come a long way. They've had some
Kind of know
big.
USA
sad.
and Canada, South
The
America.
first guy I taught was genius.
But in the winter,
I
Yeah.
used to
not
have one
going
point.
very
That was not, that was 20 some years ago. I was probably a programmer somewhere.
Probably. So,
Quietly in the cubicle somewhere solving the world's problems.
Well, yeah, I worked as a tech writer in Dallas years ago.
Actually, anywhere but big cities.
One of the guys, I mean, people not one of the switches, I would document stuff, and he'd be the developer, approve it. And he came to Fox River, we studied violin, and he had just found out he was off.
well, I mean,
They said, I don't have developers in those tabs, was up. Because they had really no social skills,
like I'm going
but they were geniuses.
they still sit, we have a sliding.
Oh, that would be okay. And those aren't big cities.
I mean,
That's my people too.
desk is at window, so.
That's a challenge.
IT world where they have no personality, but they're
I'm
really
not
bright.
horrible.
Yeah.
I keep a table and
Rock.
You're so rude, you know. When you go to,
They are rude.
when you go to change lanes, do not use your driver's
Well,
insurance.
you don't have.
Oh, did she come up? Did you see her?
Well, I did, and I blocked her.
You are not.
Strangers talking to them.
Well, she took that.
you know,
No,
I
I,
remembered I had a blanket I used to
know
put
this.
bug fishes in the wash.
Been in that
Number
long
one.
time, I just retired.
And then when I came home, I was like,
About a year
and you
ago.
wait till there's a spot that you millimeter
so
each
maybe
set of
throw
bonds,
it.
and they usually fill the zoning district.
Yeah.
They like to hang out.
A thousand of the
But I'm
probably.
afraid that
No, I,
she won't come out.
I mean,
Yeah, that's for
So
sure.
well.
I was taking programming in the high school then.
Max and Zoe went down, they went
Programming
down.
as a generation.
And then
George.
Star started to go around the corner.
Well, took up the whole room, like I said.
And
I remember the teacher telling
I
me
started to walk
there were a
towards
handful of us that
where she was
were
at.
at.
She started to go back, and I'm
Were
like,
you the only girl?
Probably. And I remember the teacher,
yeah,
I remember her
locked up when I
saying, well,
saw
you know,
her.
only companies that are really big and do a lot of repetitive calculations.
Head sitter, it takes a head sitter about an
Because you had
hour
to
of
put
searching.
the value should have seen me trying to make that. And then I eat breakfast with these kids. And Max was like right here.
Oh, Max.
It was like a vulture. He was covered up. I know, you can't run out.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound too good.
Does it work?
I just thought it was so
My big brother's gonna, reality he's in the little couple months At the other house, they used to live on the top of the cabinets, he took one. And he would sit there and did it, and there was only one place that he scaled down the top of the cabinet and he could get down from the chair. But it was this place where I was like, being making stuff. So I'd always be like, making check, making check, keeping an eye on him, make sure he wasn't gonna catapult down. He landed in a bowl of cakes. Yeah, that was my fault.
So did any siblings know what the uke was worth?
No.
Did you tell them?
And they live a couple thousand miles away from me, so neither, neither. I'm not sure my brothers would be interested in an ukulele anyway. Sure, do you need to say anything? Yeah. Go ahead, I'm figuring some stuff out.
Okay, we're getting ready for our second set with Jamie. And while she's getting situated, I'm going to make a couple of announcements about some upcoming things. As many of you have already perused, there's a garage sale here. Yeah, so if you want to come back and get even more wares, tomorrow 8 to 3 and then Sunday 11 to 1. So that's awesome. Next week we have Kate McLeod, so you won't want to miss that. Same time, same place. And then at the end of the month we have a barn dance. So make sure that you mark. Yeah, make sure you mark it on your.
Do you really have a barn?
We don't. We have a big room, and we manifest barn vibes.
But we have a live band with mandolins.
Yeah, really great string band. Yeah. So.
You can stay at my place.
So yeah, be sure to join that, and then make sure that you're checking the rack outside for all of our wonderful local venues that have amazing music. So we want to make sure to give a shout out to them. So Jamie, come on back. Welcome.
Thank you. Still got my first guitar, it's hanging on my wall, missing a couple strings, I can't play it at all. 50 years ago I took it from my dad, taught myself to play, formed my first band. Playing for hours in my room, jamming with my friends all afternoon. I'll never play at the Opry or Carnegie Hall. Still I thank that guitar on the wall. It gave me joy, gave me music. It was fun to do. Best of all, I get to play for you. I learned a lot, like going to school, playing for folks who would rather drink and play pool. First tour in '87, driving my little truck. Sometimes I'd make 100, sometimes 20 bucks. Gas money and a place to sleep was good enough for me. I'll never play at the Opry or Carnegie Hall. Still I think that guitar on the wall, it gave me more, it gave me music, it was fun to do, and best of all, I get to play for you. I earn a little more money these days, mostly from teaching, still I get to play. My students see that old guitar on the wall, I tell them that's what started it all. I'll never play at the Opry or Carnegie Hall, still I thank that guitar on the wall. It gave me joy, gave me music, it was fun to do, and best of all, I get to play for you. I get to play for you, 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 you. Thanks. That's a true story. And 2 years ago, we went to the Opry, and we took a little tour afterwards, and I got to stand on the Opry stage. So I guess I could say I've played at the Opry or been on stage at the Opry, you know? Yeah. So if you go to my Facebook page, which is Jamie Anderson, Ottawa, you'll see a picture of me on the Opry stage. Oh, it was so cool. So you're going to think that I got all my instruments from my dad, but I got my first guitar from my dad, except he didn't exactly give it to me. I taught myself to play when I was 15, and then when I moved out of the house, I just took it with me. And it really is on the wall behind me. I teach online. I teach guitar, mandolin, and ukulele. If you want to check out my YouTube channel, you'll see my lessons there. Those are all free. I've got over 600 lessons at YouTube. And then I have private students. And my private students sometimes ask me about that guitar behind me, and I tell them the story. So instead, I thought I'd just, write a song, so I did. And now I've been talking longer than I played the song for, so maybe I should just do another song. Pink, vermilion, crimson, ruby, garnet, maroon, orange, magenta, fuchsia, mamma's roses bloomed, taller than me, even on my toes, bright like her lipstick, most of her clothes, pink, vermilion, crimson, ruby, garnet, maroon, orange, magenta, fuchsia, mamma's roses bloom against a desert sky of watercolor blue. No matter how little it rained, mamma's roses grew pink, vermilion, crimson, ruby, garnet, maroon, orange, magenta, fuchsia, mamma's roses bloomed. Oh, how pretty they were. When I see roses, I think of her. When I'm gone, don't mourn. Sing no songs in minor key. Just find a desert with roses and sing for my mama and me. Pink, vermilion, crimson, ruby, garnet, maroon. Thank you. Mama was something, and like I say in the song, she loved bright colors, and she always had this red lipstick, and bright flowered tops, and shoes with rhinestones on them, and one of the family jokes was that Papa was the truck driver, but Mama had a mouth like one. My cousin, let's see, how does she say this? My cousin said that she was 7 before she realized her name wasn't Little Shit.
You're not serious.
I'm serious. Okay, maybe I'm not. Let's see. What key do I do this one in? Let me think. How about this key? I vote for that. Whoa, no. Where the heck am I? You know what? I changed my mind. This key. Yeah, much better. There's a sparkle in her eye, but no crinkle at the edges when she smiles. Everything's in place. She's carefully bored. She says she looks as young as she can afford. It's clear to everyone what she's got, but I'd rather have a face I earned than one I bought. There's a sparkle on her finger, but no tear in her look when she smiles. She's hanging on his arm. They all admire. She's another pretty thing he has acquired. It's clear to everyone what he's got, but I'd rather have a love I earned than one I bought. There's a sparkle in our souls that reveals the light. A crinkle at the edge only enhances our smile. And true love cannot be measured. It's there for you and me. The softest touch, the sweetest kiss is always free. It's a kind of spark that never burns. Dare to live a life, dare to live a life, dare to live a life you earn. There's a sparkle in her eye, but no crinkle at the edges. That song was inspired by a woman I met in a bar. She just heard me play, and we sat down and had a few drinks, and I don't know how it came up, but she says, I believe in looking as young as you can afford. And then she told me about all the plastic surgery she'd had. And, you know, body image is something I feel very strongly about, and I was really wanting to dive into a big discussion with her, and I thought, you know what, we're in a noisy bar, we're both drunk, it's not a good time. So instead, I put her in my song. I don't know if she's ever heard that song. But I don't know, that song I did in the first set called Beautiful, which is also about body image, I had done that song at the show. And she wrote to me later and she said, your song Beautiful, I have listened to over and over again. I thought, okay, sometimes that's what you need, right? So I wrote this next song when I was learning to play the mandolin, and I pretty much just included every chord I knew at the time. Wind picks up like a dancer's heel, sounds just like a fiddler's reel. Mandolin, the rain that sounds like this. Better get ready for a stormy kiss. Let's all do a lively step. We don't care if we all get wet. Twirl around in the thunder show. Hurricane's coming, gonna let it all go. Hurricane's coming, gonna let it all go. Some are scared when I tie it all down, but folks like me, we love the sound. When the fiddle in the wind calls my name, I can't sit still in the pouring rain. Well, let's all do a lively step. We don't care if we all get wet. Twirl around in the thunder show. Hurricane's coming, gonna let it all go. Hurricane's coming, gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go. Now the wind is still as a summer sky. Rest a while in the hurricane eye. Then a blast of wind cuts through the trees. Dorothy and Toto got nothing on me. Let's all do a lively step. We don't care if we all get wet. Twirl around in the thunder show. Hurricane's coming, gonna let it all go. Hurricane's coming, gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go. Gonna let it all go. played in a bluegrass band for a few years, and man, it's just like flying, but everything is so fast. I mean, bluegrass people drink a lot of coffee. And it was a real interesting lineup. 3 of us were in our 50s and 60s, and then the fiddle player was 18. And so whenever we forgot something, we would ask her, "What key is this in? How does the song start?" She thought we were very amusing, and we're like, "You wait a few years, babe." This is a new song, and it was inspired by something somebody said. You know, you got to be careful what you say around a songwriter, because it'll end up in a song. And if we're really mad at you, we include your name and address. Not really. This shirt fit better 20 years ago. My hair has gone from brown to gray. I fall asleep on the couch at night. In my head, names and lyrics fall away. My winter coat doesn't keep me from the cold. How did I get to be this old? I'd rather read a book than go to a club. Though in my mind I'm still 18. Dancing all night like I used to do feels like a faded dream. I could have chosen an easier road. How did I get to be this old? I'm not complaining, I'm wiser now. That's worth a pile of gold. The years have brought me the greatest friends, and hell, we're all getting old. When I start feeling sorry for myself, I take a breath and close my eyes. I remember all that's good. I'll simply live until I die. I don't worry, there's treasure to behold. How did I get to be this old? So that's not meant to be a sad song. It's meant to be a contemplative song. I mean, how many times have you looked in the mirror and you're like, where'd the gray hair come from? Wrinkles? Really? I'm just 18, right? And there's a... How many of you know Holly Near's music? A few of you? One? Okay. 2, 3. All right. I had the pleasure of... Holly Near is a... she's an activist and a singer, and if you can, check her out. She's written some amazing songs, and she's very well known in some circles. And she had a gig at a Unitarian church in Florida, and I asked if I could open for her, and she said yes, which was very generous. And So I got to hear her show too, and she's had a whole lot of health issues the last few years. She's had cancer and she broke some bones and all kinds of things. And she said, you know, she told the audience all of this, and then she stopped and she said, you know, you live until you die. And I thought, that's going in my next song. I don't know if I owe her any money or anything, but the grass is greener, the sky more blue over there. The way I see it, the hand I'm dealt isn't fair. Run from my life as it's been. Will it be better around the bend? Better to lock it to the ground, burn rubber getting out of town. Better the devil that I know, or the angel that I don't. The grass is greener, but I can't see the sun. There's no water or time to grow, should I run? So the seeds, will they sprout? What if my luck runs out? Better to lock it to the ground, burn rubber getting out of town. Better the devil that I know, or the angel that I don't. Drop won't bring me life, jump behind the wheel and drive. Let the gravel spray, trust the angel headed my way. Better lock it to the ground, burn rubber getting out of town. Better the devil that I know, or the angel that I don't. The angel that I don't. The angel that I don't. Well, let me flip through all the songs that I know. Because it's kind of a drag to do songs I don't know. Well, I have done that, but I'm going to switch instruments again.
You're good.
Okay. This song was inspired by a Facebook post. You know, I get inspiration from all kinds of places, and as soon as I hear something that I think might be a song, I write it down. Which I'm sure some people would rather I not do that. Weren't we talking about this last week and you wrote a song? Yeah, I did. It may be a shock until you're at the door. Rest assured you always get what you pay for. They have flowers, but they're all dead bouquets. If you don't like it, all you have to do is change. You can earn your way to the Good Karma Cafe. They have creme brulee on their endless buffet, and you never gain weight unless you want to, and you never have to pay. So someone's posted on Facebook, what would be served at the Karma Cafe? And I went, I know. And I wrote the song. I put together a whole set list here, and I don't know if I want to do all these songs. I'm just going to choose one. I know. I can't find it. Hello. Hello, technology. Let's see. Oh, I want to do this one. So, I mentioned Facebook for that last song, and Facebook was the inspiration for this one, too. I'm going to switch instruments again, Tim.
Good.
Got to keep Tim on his toes over there. Go, Tim. Yeah. Thank you for doing the sound, Tim. I really appreciate it. I mean, I could be Sean Colvin up here, and you wouldn't know it if he was doing a bad job. By the way, I'm not Sean Colvin.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Here I am singing your praises.
Go ahead.
Say she makes all your dreams come true. She's funny and smart and loves all you do. She might pop the question, you know you'll say yes. Do you wonder why all your friends look distressed? We know she's pretty and you have lots of fun. Take our advice, run. Let us remind you of a few facts. She has 3 dogs and 38 cats. 3rd DUI and she's back in jail. You'll spend all your money on cat litter and bail. She hasn't worked since 2001 and she's not retired. Take our advice, run. Remember the time that guy totaled your truck? And she said, well, can't your sister pick you up? And you weren't even surprised or dismayed when all she wanted was pot for Valentine's Day. She has the 7 dwarfs tattooed on her butt. Take our advice, run. Listen to us now. You gotta let her go. Yeah, she's good in bed. Don't ask how we know. We've got a petition signed by everyone. Tell her it's over and done, and run. So I posted on Facebook, how did you know the relationship was over? And those were all the answers I got. Third DUI, yeah, that'd be a good reason. The only thing that I didn't get from the Facebook post was the one about the 7 dwarfs tattooed on her butt. Because I thought, like, I had that space in my song, right? And it had to be at least an imperfect rhyme with run. So Google is my friend, right? So I Googled ugly butt tattoos because I thought that would be a deal breaker. And I found someone who actually had the 7 dwarfs tattooed on their behind. Yeah, I think the picture is still out there if you want to find it. Please don't search for it now, though, because your retinas will be forever burned, and it'll be my fault. Who would do that? I don't know, man. So, I know some of you know my music. Are there any requests?
Chocolate. Your mama scares me.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one.
okay. I could do both of those. I don't, here. I never used to work with set lists, but I can't remember crap these days, so that's why I have this little tablet. And I kind of like flying by the seat of my pants, and I like doing the songs that you want to hear. So I'll do the ballad first, and then I'll do the more upbeat one, and then the set will be done, I think. Bummer. The way to a woman's heart is through her lips, through the shudder of her sighs, and the motion of her hips, through the softness of her thighs, to that place between her shoulders. And if a woman wants her, do you wanna hold her back? Are you thinking about a woman you might just like to see? Look her deep in the eyes and say, slow dance with me. You know what you're wanting. You might ask now. You can show her so you'll know how. The way to your heart is through your lips, through the shudder of your sighs, and the motion of your hips, through the softness of your thighs, to that place between your shoulders. And if she wants you, do you wanna hold her back? there's sugar that she owns. I know what I'm wanting, I'm asking now. I can show you so you'll know how. But the way to my heart is through my lips, through the shudder of my sighs, and the motion of my hips, through the softness of my thighs, to that place between my shoulders. And if you want me, I won't hold back. I won't hold back. No, I won't hold back. All right, so for one more request, well, my tablet is not. Does anybody have a hammer? No. Okay. I don't know where this song came from, just out of my warped brain, I guess. So before I do this last song, I want to thank all of you for coming. I really appreciate it, and I so appreciate this space, you know, and I hope that you support all the things that they do, all the music that they offer. The barn dance, I mean, if I lived in town, I'd go to the barn dance. That sounds awesome. And Jennifer, I know we talked about an encore. Can I just pretend this is my encore?
Okay, hold on, we gotta do the thing.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay, so you got,
I gotta do the, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I understand. Let's
Yes.
give her another round of applause.
Let's give Jamie. And I want to make sure to thank all of our volunteers tonight. We have Chris behind the counter, and Tim was working on the sound. So yes, and I'm here also doing the things. So yes, thank you so much for coming. And now here's the thing. Nobody gets out of the two-way street without an encore. Do you happen to have one more song?
well, I've written a few hundred songs, so I might have one.
Wonderful. Thank you. Let's hear it for Jamie Anderson.
Well, I also want to thank my friend Sue for the housing and for hot and cold running cats. It's too bad none of them like me, though. The two Siamese keep hissing at me. I mean, like, all I do is walk up to them like, you know? And then the other one has been hiding, so I think you're lying about a third cat, frankly. Yeah. So here we go. We've been together for 3 years, baby. It's been great for you and me. I forgot to hit that chord. Let's try that again. You'll have that first line memorized. We've been together for 3 years, baby. It's been great for you and me. You appreciate my honesty, so can we talk about your family? Your brother took my shoes and painted them green. Your sister blows her nose on her sleeve. Still, I kinda like them, but hear my plea. Your mama scares me behind the wheel of that Cadillac. Your mama scares me. Don't you think she ought to give it back? Your mama scares me. She's stealing all the neighbors' cars. Last week she pawned my new guitar. Your mama scares me. Last week at Kroger's, had to watch her real close. You won't believe what I saw. She was singing to the store stereo as she put a loaf of bread in her bra. Wasn't sure what to grab. I reached for her, she slapped my hand. I didn't want to make a scene. Does that make me an accessory? Your mama scares me. Pushing that shopping cart. Your mama scares me. Next time she's gonna go too far. Your mama scares me. She's got a turkey in her bouffant hair. Is that a six-pack in her underwear? Your mama scares me. I love you, baby, there is no doubt that if your mama goes to prison, I ain't busting her out. Your mama scares me. There's no way I'm eating that bread. Your mama scares me. How'd she get that six-pack in there? Never mind, I don't want to know. Your mama scares me. Honey, have you seen the dog?